ho. It is Tuesday, June 24th, man. Welcome back around the water cooler, man. We are back, and tonight we are ranking. We are giving you our individual rankings of the top 10 teams of Auburn football since the year 2000. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time to get around the water cooler. Come on in, sit down with us, have a sip with your boys, Nick and Marcus. And let's get this thing going, man. Water Cooler Talk Podcast, Water Cooler Talk Sports is coming up right
Boys and girls
now.
of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
You are now tuned in to Water Cooler Talks, covering everything you love about college football, especially everything going down in the SEC Conference. So, if you love college football, you need to lock in. And now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler as always. My name is Nick Frazier, one half of the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, and the other man, you can hear him and you can see him. Tell him who you are, boss man.
You know who I am, Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go. Let's get it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. We appreciate y'all so much for continuing to rock with us here around the water cooler as always. Before we get into it, man, as always, let's take care of the home stuff real quick, man. Follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk, man. We got to start posting more on Instagram, TikTok, man. Follow us on Twitter at CoolersPod23 as well. Make sure you go over there and follow us there, posting pretty regularly and retweeting some stuff over there on Twitter. And of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube. So you know when we post more videos and when we go live around the water cooler, man. We appreciate y'all so much for continuing to rock with us here, man. Marcus, is your voice back? Is it somewhat coming back?
It seems like it getting worse, but hey, we fight through it.
I feel you, man. All right, okay. All right, now. Hey, okay. You need to watch that, you need to watch that right there. I'm just saying, you ain't got your voice, you can't do much. If you ain't got the voice, you can't do much. I'm just saying. You know what's interesting? Like if you ever hurt something, like if you ever get hurt and then you can't use it, like for instance, like if someone were to hurt their hand, like they left hand, but they right-handed and they can't use their left hand, then they realize, man, I did not know I use my left hand a lot for a lot of things. Like I'd use it to pick up cups, I use it to sometimes, put something in the microwave, use it to, pick up groceries, whatever it is. Like you just be like, man, I can't do nothing because my left hand is just messed up because it's wild.
I broke my dominant hand. So remember 8th grade?
I remember that.
Man, I couldn't even write. I had to learn how to write with a cast on.
You didn't learn how to write with the left hand? Nope. Wow. Hey. I tried it one time. It's not great, but I think it's legible enough. Just go with it. Man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us around the water cooler as always, man. Let's get to these comments before we get into the show tonight, man. Bubba, he giving us his top 10 off the top of his head. Really? He said number 1, he going 2010, number 2, 2004, number 3, 2017, number 4, 2013, number 5, 2006, 2019, for number 6, 2005, number 7, and 2016 was 8, 2002, 9, and 2014 is 10. All right, Bubba. I mean, that's a solid list, but we're going to give you ours tonight, and we're going to get through it, man. Travell said, so all the teams you named, Bubba, have a Gus hand in it. Except
he had to say so slick.
This is the thing, bro. You got to understand Gus doing, okay, from 2000 to 2020 to 2020 season, Gus Malzahn was at Auburn for all of but 2000 to 2007, all but 8 years. So you talking in a 12-year period. In a 20-year period when Gus Malzahn was associated with Auburn, he was there for 12 years. So of course his name gonna be associated with a lot of the teams by default. Come on, man. Come on, bro. C Hall in the chat. What up, C Hall?
See y'all.
C Hall giving us his. He said 2010, 2004, 2013, and the rest is coming. T-Pain music with the light show. That's what I'm talking about. All I do is win. I like that. Get Musty in the chat. Get Musty said War Dank. Nick
What's
and
up,
Marcus.
Get Musty? We
What up,
get
Kid?
musty.
What up, man? We get musty in this thing. Getting musty in this thing, man. That's what I'm talking about. We need to, you know, JT has been out for a little bit. I think JT got some stuff going on. We need to get a get musty.
Hey man, JT, man, what's up, bro?
Get musty in this thing. Getting musty in this thing because we stink and this thing musty in this thing.
JT, man, let us know what you doing for real though.
Yeah, man, we need hope JT doing good, man. We ain't had a quarter today, and we had a quarter today last week. He was here last week when we forgot back. He did a quarter today, but then he had some other stuff, man. It is what it is. All right, man, Marcus. We gonna make this show. We ain't gonna try to prolong this. We're gonna try to hit it, quit it, and get out. So we gotta I hit up Marcus and I was like, Marcus, what you want to do? What you want to talk about today? He was like, let's do the top 10 Auburn teams since 2000. Let's do it. That's what he said. Let's do a top 10 Auburn. Let's do top 10 Auburn teams since 2000. I was like, I like it. Let's make it happen. So we went ahead and we drew up our list of top 10 Auburn teams since 2000. Now, what I'm about to ask Marcus is I didn't mention this part. So I'm gonna ask Marcus. We're gonna start from 10 and go to 1. Do you have an honorable mention before we get started? Do you have a team that you was debating with if you're gonna put it on the list or not?
Yeah,
but you're gonna put it on there.
I would say that 2014 team.
2014 team is where you going.
Yeah, I was debating on putting them at 10.
You was debating on putting the 2014 team at 10. Okay, yep. All right. I'm gonna give my honorable mention to the 2005 team. Is going to get my honorable mention. The 2005 team is going to get my honorable mention. It's the year right after the 04 season. You had Brandon Cox, Kenny Irons, Courtney Taylor on the offensive side, Will Herring, Stanley McClover on the defensive side. And that's the year that they lost to Wisconsin in the Capital One Bowl.
Yep.
But they beat Alabama and Georgia that year. So I'm gonna give my honorable mention to them. They ended up being 9-3. That year. So I'm giving the 2005 team my honorable mention before we get started. All right, Marcus, let's go ahead. Let's make this thing happen, man. Wait a minute. Before we do this, let's put it up. Get Musty said that's fire. We're gonna make it happen. Get Musty. We gonna see what we can do. He said people thought something was wrong because I use both. I can write with both hands, shoot with both. But he ambidextrous. That's what's up there. That's what's up. He ambidextrous. Terrell said, I don't agree. Tuberville had more better years than Gus. That's not what I said, Terrell. I said out of the 20 years from 2000 to 2020, out of that 20-year period,
Gus was there
longer than
that's all he said.
Yes. So of course he's gonna have more. He gonna have his hand in more teams than normal. I mean than any other coach, because he was there from 2000. He was there 2008, 9, 10, 2008, 9, 11. Then he left in 2012, and then he came back in 2013 all the way to 2020, excuse me. So that's what, 11, 12 years that he was there in a 20-year period. So of course he's gonna make it, man. I don't want to talk about the 2014. I was at you then, man. That was depressing, bro. Hey, we gonna talk about it in a minute, though.
Huggy, how you feeling, Huggy?
He's coming up. The Huggy Beard himself, the legend of Sweet Sugar Bow Williams, the Rooster Matt, is in the chat with us, man. What's up, Huggy? Hope all well with you, my guy. All right, man. Let's get into this. Let's get into this list right here. All right. So, Marcus, going with number 10. Who you got at number 10 going first?
So at number 10, I got that boy Rudy Johnson in 2000 Auburn.
2000.
Yeah, 2000. I'm gonna start fresh because they finished 18th. They went 9-4, went to Citrus Bowl.
Okay.
And Rudy went over 1,000 yards that year before leaving.
Okay. All right. That's not a bad pick. You going 2000 Auburn. You going at the
You
start
gotta
of the millennium. You going 2000 Auburn.
Oh, 2000 Auburn.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go. Ah, man. I'm gonna go just off of the strength of how the season ended. And people, you're not gonna understand this when I say it, but I'm gonna just go off the strength of how the season ended. 2022. I'm going
Okay.
2022, man. 5-7, but you gotta understand those last couple of games with Cardinal Williams being the interim head coach.
Okay.
That was special. You know, getting the win against Texas A&M, going to Mississippi State, having the opportunity to go and beat Mississippi State was in that game close. If you would have just ran the ball a little bit more, you would have had that. And then going against Alabama, having a chance to beat Alabama and running for over 300 yards against them. I'm going with the 2002 team. It's just a place in my heart. But go ahead.
My question is, if Cadillac win that Alabama game, you think he get the head coaching job?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I can't go that far. I can't go that far. Unfortunately, I don't think. I think does he get like serious consideration? Yeah, but does he get it? No, I don't think he get it. Just gonna be real.
So you think that situation played out how it played out regardless?
Yeah, I think it played out how you play out regardless. I think
so he can't do nothing to win that job.
Nah, I don't think so. Bro. I don't think so. I'll be real. I don't think so. All right, man. So number 10, I got the 2022 team just off the rip, just off some sentimental stuff. I got 2022. Marcus went 2000. All right, Marcus. Your number 9 team. Who you got at number 9?
Number 9, I got a very underrated quarterback in Auburn history, man. I got the 07 Auburn team with Brandon Cox. They finished 9-4, which is the Chick-fil-A Bowl, finished 15 overall at the end of the season. I think that was with your guy with Brad Lester and all them guys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I if you really think about it, bro, Brandon Cox is very underrated, bro.
He is. He underrated. He underrated Auburn quarterback.
Hey, he was at Auburn 4 years, and 3 of those 4 years, he was in the top 20.
Just saying, man. Just saying. So I feel where you coming from with that, bro.
So who you got at number 9, Nick? Who you got at number 9? Cause again,
number 9, I'm going to go with the 2020 COVID year Auburn Tigers, 6-5.
Woo!
Number 9, 6-5, 2020 COVID year, bro. That's Tank Bigsby, Bo Nix's sophomore year. Inconsistent, very inconsistent. But I'm gonna go with that year, the 6-5 season, just because I think that's the year that you saw the emergence of Tank Bigsby as what he potentially could have been at not potentially, but what he became at Auburn as a running back. I'm gonna go Tank Bigsby.
My brother had told me. My brother when he first got to Mac was like, "Yeah, he gonna be cold."
Tank Bigsby. Yeah, Tank Bigsby ain't bad, bro. He ain't bad. Tank Bigsby, dude. Cartavius Bigsby is his real name. We gonna that's his name. Tank Bigsby. I'm going number 9, Tank Bigsby in the 2020 COVID year Auburn Tigers. That's where I'm going. All right, we got that one. All right, let's go. What we got? Number 8.
We at 8.
Right. Number 8. Who you got?
For me, this is when I really like jumped into this Auburn game. I always was an Auburn fan, but like this is when I finally started realizing what was going on at Auburn. So number 8, I got the 2002 Auburn Tigers when Cobb and Campbell used to split time at quarterback. That's when I started really paying attention to Auburn, because that's when I started like really liking Jason Campbell, because I felt like we should have left him in the game more. But that team finished 9-4, went to the Capital One Bowl, and they finished 14th overall. So I really started rocking with that Auburn team.
Okay, that's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick right there. I can't blame you on that one. Bro. I can't blame you.
Who you got at 8?
All right, so number 8. Number 8. Number 8, I'm gonna go with 2009. I'm gonna go to 2019. Number 8.
Okay.
8-5, 2019. That was Gus Malzahn's first year, and what he did with Chris Todd that year. My favorite running back to ever come through Auburn, Ben Tate, ran for 1,300 yards that year. Had 5 losses.
I went on it. I want to say his name.
Ben Tate was on that team. That's the reason why I wore number 44. You know what I'm saying? Ben Tate. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
But they beat Northwestern in the Outback Bowl that year. So I'm gonna have to ride with that team because that was when Gus Malzahn was. That's when everybody was looking at him and seeing how he was emerging on the scene as this innovator of the offense and how it was. Now you did it in the SEC at Arkansas, but now you got a chance to do it at a, I guess, bigger school than what some people would say probably be a bigger school than Arkansas. And things, stuff like that. But I think Arkansas probably be like, wait, we on the same level as y'all, so what y'all talk about. But it is what it is. He had an opportunity to come there where he got some really good talent on the offensive side of the ball, and the fact that he did that with Chris Todd. He did that with Chris Todd at quarterback, which was
it's a good coaching job.
That was I would give him that one right there with the Chris Todd thing. I think Chris Todd was almost a 3,000-yard passer that year, if I'm not mistaken, just a little bit under it or something like that. But I'm gonna have to go with that 2009 Auburn team at number 8 is where I'm going to go. All right. Number 7, Marcus. Who you got at number 7?
Number 7, I got the 2019 Bo Nix led Auburn Tigers. They went 9-4.
Yep.
Freshman Bo Nix. They went to the Outback Bowl. They finished 14th overall. And honestly, this team right here could have probably went to the SEC championship if they would have, Derrick Brown don't slip up in the LSU game. So, that's neither here or there. But, that team right there was very dynamic. A lot of great players on that team, from Derrick Brown to Seth Williams and Anthony Swartz. So I think Anthony lives up to potential.
You know what's funny? You got them at number 7?
Yeah.
I got them at number 7 too. I got that 2019 team at number 7 too, bro. I got them at number 7 just because of everything that you said. Literally. I was like, man, how you got them at number 7 as well too? That's wild. But yeah, I'm rocking with you on that one too, man. I'm rocking with them at number 7. That was Bo Nix's freshman year. He beat Alabama that year as well too, if I'm not mistaken. His freshman season, they beat Alabama that year. I think that game ended on a penalty, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. Game ended on a penalty, and that was the game at the beginning of the season. What did they beat? Who did they beat? Was it Oregon at the beginning of the season with the pass to Seth Williams? Yeah, the back shoulder to Seth Williams. Yeah, I'm gonna take them on that one, bro. It is what it is. And go there. So yeah, I'm gonna rock with the 2019 team at number 7. There. So it's interesting, man. It's interesting. All right, man. We at number 7. Okay, Marcus at number 7. All right, let's go to your number 6 team, Marcus. Who is your number 6 team since 2010?
This number 6 team is kind of special to me because if you remember correctly, this running back who led this number 6 team was a backup to two of the greatest running backs in Auburn history.
Okay.
So 05, I'm gonna go with the 05. I mean, for number 6, I'm gonna go with the 05. Brandon Cox, Trey Smith led Auburn Tigers that finished 9-3, finished 14th overall, went to the Capital One Bowl. I got a soft spot for Trey because I didn't think Trey was, if you remember, Trey used to fumble the ball a lot. He was a problem child. And I didn't think when he was young in his career, I didn't think he was going to pan out. But Trey finished up with a good, strong senior campaign. And he brought in Brad Lester and all them guys up under him. So
yeah, that 05 team was crazy. You had Kenny Irons, Courtney Taylor on the Trey Smith, Brandon Cox was the quarterback on that side. On the defensive side, Stephen McClover, Will Herring. A lot of those guys on that side of the 05 team. That's why I had them as my honorable mention, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, that's what I said. When you said that, I was like, man, that team right there was crazy, bro.
Yeah, I had them as my honorable mention. going
But Nick,
forward.
you don't remember how Trey used to fumble the ball all the time?
I mean, I guess, bro. You know,
He used to be the return man.
I guess. He did. Yeah, you got a point. He did. I mean, I'm just not sitting here, just saying. But I feel what you're saying
Oh
on
my
that.
God, man.
What you're saying on that. But it felt like Trey Smith was at Auburn for like 10 years, though. It felt like he never left Auburn. I'm just being
him and Will Herring, bro. Him and Will Herring felt like that was there forever. You know, Will Herring from Oklahoma.
Yeah, he is. He is. All right, man. I'm gonna give you my number 16. My number 16, bro. Number 16 is the start of a 3-year run at Auburn that I feel was probably the greatest. I went back and forth between the first season and the second season, and I ended up settling on the 2002 Auburn Tigers. It's a team I ended up settling on. I'm going with the Auburn Tigers 9-4. Young team, Carnell Williams, Ronnie Brown, Jason Campbell. You know, that trio right there. That was set the foundation. They upset number 10 LSU, and they ended the season on a high note, man. If you look back at that 2002 team, that is the trajectory of where Auburn started moving, going this way. In my opinion, that's where you started.
You're right, because Jason Campbell came into his own after that 2002 season.
After the 2002 season, he started coming on. You got to understand that he went through like 3 or 4 different coordinators in his time at Auburn as well. So, him being able to adapt to those different coordinators at each time and stuff like that, that was literally something that I thought was pretty dope for him. So at number 6, I'm going with the 2002 Auburn Tigers at 9-4. 9-4. All right, man. Let's take a break right here, man. We're gonna come back. Once you take this break, we'll be back. We're gonna give you our top 5 coming up after this, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what it is. We're about to head into halftime. Go.
You don't out your seats. It's halftime.
Do you want to feel like a star? Then go to Hollywood Media, and you'll be shining. From sports interviews, athletic highlight tapes, athletic photography, Hollywood Media will make you the star of all stars. Feel like a star on the most important days of your life. From college graduation to saying I do to your forever person. Let Hollywood Media make your event star-studded. Subscribe and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood. Yeah, shout out to our guy DJ, man. They want support of the Water Cooler Talk podcast as always. Make sure you go follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media, and follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, man. If you want your event to be star-studded, you want it to last forever. You want that red carpet Hollywood treatment. Shout out to our guy. Go see him.
Get snapped up.
Get snapped up. That's it. Get snapped up. Get snapped up. I like that, man. Shout out to our guy DJ, man. They want supporter. All right, man. We're gonna take a look at some of these comments before we get to the top 5, man. Before we get into it, let's see here. Travail said he was, but you're talking about top 10 Tuberville teams should be on this list. No matter how long Gus was there, huh? Okay, I guess. I think Marcus has been very, Tuberville heavy. And I'm probably the one that probably has had more Gus teams so far than Marcus has, because I think I had the 2020, 2019.
That's what I be trying to get y'all to understand. Tuberville is my guy. I don't respect his, you know what I'm saying? I don't see politically sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with all that, but coaching wise for Auburn, he beat those guys 6 times in a row.
Yeah. I mean, I gave honorable mentions to 05. I have 2002. I got some more trouble. I think I got some more trouble. I 09 is still later on, but still, I mean, I haven't had that many on there. Marcus has had a lot of them, so shout out to him. Man. He said, I think I already know what he's talking about. 2022, really? Yeah, I told you the reason why I put 2022 on there.
Yeah,
He
broke it down.
It had nothing to do with the season. It had everything to do with the way I felt at the end of that season. And how even at the end of that season, if Auburn wins those 3 games, Auburn still potentially could have went to a bowl game that year. if you look at the games, Auburn was in the Mississippi State game. They won the Texas A&M game, and they had a chance to go win the Alabama game, even running for almost 300 yards against the Alabama team that everybody thought that they were going to get blown out by. So that's the reason why I look at it, and I'm like, man, what could have happened if that would have happened? And Marcus asked the question, if Cardell Williams wins those games, is he the coach? I still don't think he would have got the opportunity. I mean, he would have been strongly considered, though. You know what I'm saying? Cadillac recruited Jarquez Hunter. That's all right, real. We hear you. You said that last night or night before last or last week. My bad. I would have never imagined 2022 being on this list. In my opinion. I mean, I broke it down.
Again, to be on you, boy.
I broke it down.
Tank was definitely that guy.
He said Tank was cool. He said, "Is it too soon to talk about Tank versus Jarquez when they are in RB1 roles? No, it's not. And I'm gonna still pick Jarquez Hunter over Tank Bixby. I would still pick Jarquez. Just saying. I would. What about you? Mark?
I like Tank, but yeah, I like Jarquez. I agree with that.
Alan Berry said, "Are we judging by talent or accomplishments? This is what we judging by. We're judging by talent, legacy, impact, record, and our feeling. That's what we judging by. So that's what we judging by, Alan. Huggy said back in his junk, had to give Sharp and them a shout. Shout out to Sharp, and I think they live right now as well too. So shout out to Sharp, man. Y'all hit the thumbs up. Y'all hit the like button. Yeah, man, hit the like button over here, man. We trying to get lit over here. It is what it is. DC Wolf from Auburn Addicts TV said just getting going.
What's up? You making rounds?
Making rounds. What's up, guys? What's up, DC? Hope all is well with you, my guy. Check out DC and Tight tomorrow for Iron Bowl debates at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. On the YouTube streets, over on Auburn Addicts TV and on Tight Sports Alabama Football Megacast. So check them out then and there tomorrow, man. Everybody saying what's up to DC. He said Courtney Taylor is one of my guys. Yeah, man. Courtney Taylor is one of the most underrated.
Man. That receiving core don't really get talked about.
Devin Aroma should do. Ben
Obama. That receiving core don't get really talked about.
Like, bro, like those dudes was what was it? Anthony Mix at tight end, bro. It was lit, bro. So yeah, they don't get enough. They don't get enough, man. How Kenny Irons didn't make the NFL is crazy. That's a great question, bro. Kenny Irons. Well, I'll tell you why. He ran upright a lot. He ran very tall. Every time he ran, he was standing straight up. Every time he ran.
That was a workhorse, though.
He was, though. I'm not tripping. He was a workhorse, but he ran upright all the time. It was
his brother was a one-on-one liability, though. We just gonna keep 1,000, though.
Didn't David Irons make the NFL?
He was good.
Yeah, he was in the NFL. He played for the Falcons, if I'm not mistaken. I think he played for the Falcons. Liability, though. Yeah, man. It is what it is. Yeah, man. Get that bread, DC. Shout out to DJ. He said, for real, Travell, never thought the 2022 King team was on there. He said, I remember using Kenny Irons on Madden. So Kenny Irons didn't make it to the league. If he got him on Madden, him on Madden, he made it to the league. He said Kenny Irons' 200-yard game at LSU was wild. Very underrated back. Yeah, man. Very underrated back. 2003 team. When we lost to USC and Georgia Tech after coming in 6th, man. The hype around that 2003, that was the reason why I was debating between the 2002 and 2003 team. Because the hype around the 2003 team coming into that season, people were like Auburn were national championship contenders in 2003. And then when USC came into Auburn with Matt Leinart, Lindell White, Reggie Bush, all them dudes, and just, boy, they curb stomped Auburn. I think that final score ended up being like 37-3, if I'm mistaken. I like, it was bad. It was bad, and it kind of cooled down.
Well,
There,
I lit back in 04, but they ain't want to see her though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it rebounded towards the end of the season for that 03 team. But and like you said, it springboard to that 04 team. So it is them, man. Coaching wise, Tommy got to be up there on all time AU coaching list. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. 2010, 2004, 2013, great memories. Yes, it is, man. The list, yes, sir. One-on-one liability is crazy. He talking about David Irons, man. DC said he would take that wide receiving core. That's one hot take. So he would take that wide receiver. Whoa, wait. That gotta be a discussion, DC. So are you saying you would take that Ben Obamanu, Devin Oroma should do Anthony Mix, Courtney Taylor?
I ain't mad at the take, but that's a strong take.
You would take that wide receiving core over Cam Coleman, Malcolm Simmons, over Eric Singleton, and over Perry Thompson. You would take that wide receiving core
deeper though, DC. That's the only thing I say. I think this receiving core is way deeper. Like I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad because Courtney Taylor got great production. Being on Manu and the Ramashadu had great production. So like I'm not mad at the take at all. But man, and honestly, I can see where DC coming from because we really just going off the potential.
But you gotta understand though. You gotta understand. I think Devin Aromashu and Ben Obamanu were 5-star recruits as well out of that in that class. They were 5-star prospects too. So that's not a bad take. That's not a bad take if you think about it. It's not a bad take. It's not a bad take. But I would still have to look at this and be like, bro, that's Malcolm Simmons, Cam Coleman, Eric Singleton.
But like I said, we're going off potential. So it's those other guys, they didn't make their legacy at Auburn. So we hoping that those guys, this receiving core live up to that expect or we hoping they surpass it.
Yeah, we hoping they surpass it.
We hoping they surpass it.
That's what we hoping. All right, man. Let's get to the top 5. All right. Number 5. We got number 6. So Marcus, recap your 10 through 6. And if you want to give your honorable mention, you can recap that one too.
10, I got 2000. 9, I have 07. 8, I have 2002. 7, I have 2019. 6, I have 2005.
And who's your honorable mention?
2014. 2014.
All right. My honorable mention was the 2005 squad. Number 10, I had 2002. Number 10, excuse me, I had 2022. Number 9, I had the 2020 COVID year. Number 8, I had the 2009 team. Number 7 was the 2019 team. And number 6 was the 2002 team. That's what we are so far. He said that's fair. But before they leave Auburn, I think they'll surpass that group. Okay.
We hope it. They do.
It's over.
It's over. We in the
national somewhere. All right, let's go ahead. Let's make this thing happen. Number 5. Who do you have at number 5, Marcus?
Number 5, I'm gonna have to shout out my boy Kerryon Johnson. I met him at Walmart his freshman year. I was a cashier. I seen him. I was like, man, I love telling the story. I seen him. I'm like, man, that dude small. He was like, man, I'm starting running back. Like, for real. In my mind, I'm like, man, he got real high goals in my mind. I should have known because he was walking with what's his fullback name? Chandler.
Oh, Chandler. What's his first name? I don't know his first name.
Yeah, Chandler. He walking with Chandler. He walking with
Jay Prosh. I can't remember Chandler's first name, but I know you're talking about. Yeah.
So he walked with Chandler. And he walked with 2 offensive line. I should have known then. I should have known he was destined for greatness. But yeah, I got to shout out for 5. I got to give it to Kerryon Johnson, that 2017 team. They finished.
The same one as me, bro. Come on, but go ahead.
Yeah, so they finished 10th. They went 10-4, went to the Peach Bowl. I feel like this team could have did bigger things.
Could have.
But I felt like Gus ran the wheels off Kerryon, but
he did. He did
what he had to do. And Kerryon was an undersized back, and he took a lot of punishment in the SEC that year. And so, you know,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
five, I got that 2017 team, you know.
So okay.
Five.
So I just gave mine away because I was going 20. I was between two teams here, is
Okay.
where, and this is gonna be controversial for a lot of people when I say this, but I picked them because I think even though 2017 team won the SEC championship, I think the team that I got ahead of them at number 4 is a better team. So I got the 2017 team at number 5 right now. Like you said, Kerryon Johnson, Jared Stidham's first year at Auburn. Kerryon won SEC Player of the Year. You got to remember, Derek Brown was on that defensive line. Jeff Holland was coming off the edge. Sensei Mud was coming off the edge. You got to understand, they beat Georgia and then beat Alabama, 2 number 1s, and in a span of 3 weeks. Played Georgia again in the SEC championship game, got beat like 28-7, and then lost to UCF in the Peach Bowl that in the bowl game. So 10-4 record there. So I had them at number 5. I'm gonna say my number 4 team first because this is where I flip-flop.
Okay.
My number 4 team is the 2006 Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, that's my number 4 too.
Okay, all right. I was curious.
Yeah,
I was curious.
I got. You gotta respect Brandon Cox and what that.
Come on, bro.
They went 11-2, bro.
Come on, 11-2.
They went 11-2. Went to the Cotton Bowl. You gotta respect what the boys did, man.
Yes,
and they
I gotta go with them, bro, because we both at number 4 going to 2006 Auburn team. Brandon Cox.
I think the top three is a lot.
Yeah, but I think, my order may be different from yours though.
Okay, all right. I can respect that. Respect that.
So the 2016 Kenny Irons again. Will Muschamp was the defensive coordinator for the defense in 06. They beat number 2 Florida. If I'm not mistaken, they beat number 2 Florida that game was at Auburn, if I'm not mistaken. It was either at Auburn or at Florida. Because if that was the was that game at Florida or was that game at Auburn? Because 06 was at that if the 06 game was at Florida, that was the one where Wes Bynum kicked the field goal to go off the game-winning field goal when they beat number 2 Florida. I want to say yes, that game was that was the game when Auburn went to Florida and beat Florida at the Swamp on the last second field goal. I want to say it was. That was it. That was it. When that happened. And they beat LSU, who ended up winning the national championship that year as well, too. But they did lose to Arkansas in that year as well, too, man. But they had a top 10 finish, and that defense was
that year we walked Florida 27-17.
Yeah, okay. So that game was at Auburn then. That was
that 7-3 LSU year though.
Yeah, that was 7 for LSU. But if that was the 27-17 year where we beat Florida, that means that game was at Auburn. The one I'm talking about had to be 2007 then, because that was the one when Wes Bynum kicked the field goal and the walk-off field goal and beat them at Georgia. I mean at Florida is where at. So number 4, we both went 06, the 06 Auburn Tigers at number 4. All right, we get into the top 3 before we get up out of here, man. Marcus, who do you got at number 3?
Number 3, I got the flashy, very impressive scheme-wise, I think. Like you said, when he came back, I got the 2013 Gus Malzahn and Nick Marshall team.
Yeah.
They finished second after, the heartbreaker against Florida State and those guys. 12-2, impressive wins, SEC championship. I think Trey Mason should have been up, further for the Heisman.
He was up for the Heisman. He didn't win it.
I said further for the Heisman. I think I really want him.
He actually went to New York for the Heisman Trophy.
I know he went to New York, but I wanted him to win. But it sounds blasphemous to say. But I really wanted my boy to win.
Oh, who didn't? Who didn't want him to win? That would have been two. That would have been 2 Heisman Trophy winners in a span of like 3 years. if that would have happened. That would have been dope. That would have been dope. That would have put Auburn. That would have solidified Auburn on the map for real, especially when it came to recruiting.
And then for Jameis Winston to win it and then have one of the weakest, I feel like, comebacks ever.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris Davis made that tackle. What are we talking about?
If Gus Malzahn ran the football in the third quarter,
what are we talking about? Hey, what are we talking about?
If he ran the football in the third quarter, Auburn would be national champions in 2013. I'm just being real.
You got number 3.
Number 3, I'm gonna go number 3. I'm gonna rock with you, the 2013 team at number 3. I'm gonna rock with you there because what they call it, the team of destiny that year is what it was called, the team of destiny. I say this. The team of destiny. You had the prayer Jordan Hare against Georgia. You had the kick 6 against Auburn. I mean against Alabama. Then you had the high scoring game against Missouri in the SEC championship game, and then the heartbreaker against Florida State in the BCS national championship game. When everybody was talking about how good Florida State defensive line was, how all of them dudes was gonna go, how all of them were just nothing but just NFL talent type guys. The defense, the front 7 of the defense was just unstoppable, and Auburn still ran the ball against them like they won nothing. And if Gus Malzahn would have just kept running the ball in the third quarter, Auburn would be national champion. Auburn would have another national championship to their resume in the 2013 year. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna rock with the 2013 team at the number 3 spot right there. All right, Marcus. Down to the final 2. It's a no-brainer. We all know who the final 2 teams are. It just depends on how you got them ranked. So, who is your number 2 team in Auburn history since the 2000s?
Number 2, only because it's a partial national championship. It's the 04 team with Jason Campbell, Junior Rose Green, Carlos Rogers, Ronnie Brown, Calais Williams. Well, can I stop? Because it goes on. That team right there was was talented out the world. We finished 13-01 the Sugar Bowl, and we wanted to see USC. We begged for it.
They was always trying to get back against USC for what they did to them in 2003. That's all it was. That's what it was.
Begged for it.
So you going with the 04 team at number 2?
Yep.
Marcus. This is where we defer. I know. Okay. I'll say it when we get to number 1. I'm actually going to 2010 team at number 2, bro. I'm actually gonna put the 2010 national championship team at number 2. I'm actually putting them at number 2, bro. I'm putting them at number 2. Okay, so you gotta understand, like when you talk about number 1, I'm looking at the team as a total.
Yeah, that's why I said I knew where you were going with it.
When I look at that 2010 team,
it's top
bro,
heavy. It's top
it
heavy.
Is very top heavy. And when you go back,
and then you just start dropping off after that.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the defense, like of course you had Josh Bynum on that team, stud at the middle linebacker position. I feel like he was a stud, and stuff like that. But when you look at the defense of that 2010 team, bro, they gave up a lot of points. Like you got to I don't think people remember the Arkansas game, bro. The Arkansas game, it was like a 65, 40-some point game. Arkansas put up 40-some points in that game. You look at the Georgia game, Georgia put up 30-plus points in that game there. Auburn had to put up 49 points to win that game against Georgia. You look at the Kentucky game, Kentucky put up 34 points in that game. It's like
the Iron Bowl that year.
The Iron Bowl, yeah. You had to come back to win the game. It's like that season. It's like that season was like the superhero season for Cam Newton. Like Cam Newton had to make a superhero play in almost every single game to make that season
And
happen.
Michael Dyer.
Michael Dyer.
Good point, man.
Michael Dyer, the freshman running back, and then like Nick Fairley would make a superstar play on the defensive side of the ball. Like, for example, he come in, wreck shop, sack the quarterback against Alabama, cause a fumble, then recover the fumble when Alabama's getting ready to run in the score, like running down the field to score. That was a look when you look at that team overall. That team, it was if those two players were not on the team, that probably would have been another 8-5 year for Auburn, or 7-5. I mean 8-4, 7-5 type year for Auburn is what you probably would have been looking at. So
I'm not disagreeing with you, Nick.
Against all odds, I'm putting the 2010 team at number 2. And so for that particular reason right there, my number 1 team is the 2014, because that was the most balanced team I have ever seen in Auburn history. Jason Campbell, Ronnie Brown, Carnell Williams, Carlos Rogers won the Thorpe Award on that side of the ball. You look at that defense was dominant. Junior Rose Green in that thing. If Carlos Dansby would have stayed, if Carlos Dansby would have not went to the NFL after the 2003 season, that defense probably would have been one of the best.
Travis Williams.
Travis Williams was on that team too. He was on that team too. Yeah, Travis Williams, he was on that team. But you got to understand, Carlos Dansby, if Carlos Dansby was on that team, if he had not left after the 2003 season, we probably talking about Auburn having one of the not just top defenses in Auburn history, but potentially having one of the top defenses in college football of all time. Like,
talk.
Like, I gotta put the 04, like that team is like when you talk about them, that probably has to be one of the top 2 teams to never win national championship.
Yeah.
It got to be one of the top 2 teams that never win a national championship, bro.
Talk, Nick.
I'm just being real, bro. Like that is like, because when I reflect on it, bro, like, I remember I'm at that time, I'm 11, 12 years old, and I'm in front of the TV every weekend trying to see what's going on with that. And I'm like, bro, this team is legit, bro.
Every weekend, then that's when you can hit how you want to, and Junior Green and Colorado were bringing that thump. You knew Will Harris was bringing that thump. Little boy will come down here bringing that.
Man, like that, it was that team, and then like that's the year. And then when you look at the draft of what happened that year, Auburn sent 5 players in the first round, bro. You went Ronnie Brown at 2, Carnell Williams at 5, Carlos Rogers went at like 14 to the Redskins. Jason Campbell went to the Browns. He went to the Redskins. No, where did Jason Campbell go?
He went to the Redskins. You right? Redskins. Both went to the Redskins.
They both went to the Redskins, and then who was the offensive lineman?
Cadillac went to the Bucks, and Randy went to the
Dolphins. But who was the 5th dude? Who was the lineman that went in the draft with them as well? I can't remember who that 5th dude was. I remember them 4. I can't remember who the 5th one was.
It wasn't Dunlap, was it?
Something like that. I don't know, man. I can't remember. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, man, I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, you sitting here looking at this thing, and I'm like, bruh, and then you look on the defensive side of the ball and like what the defense looked like as well too, and the number of guys that went on the defense side of the ball in the later rounds. That by far is the best Auburn team that we have ever seen come through Auburn since in the past 25 years. Just being real. I gotta go 04. I gotta go to 04 team as the best team ever, and they didn't even win that championship. I'm just being real. I already know who you got, but tell us why you got 2000.
It was strictly off of winning the national championship. it wasn't roster based like you broke down. It wasn't nothing else special. It's just they had an official national championship, and And like you said, Cam Newton was probably one of the best one-off years that you will ever see from.
Cam Newton had the best college, the single greatest season in college football history is Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Single greatest season in college
football history. It's gonna be hard to argue.
Hard to argue, bro. But yeah, man, I gotta go. I'm going to 014, bro, because that team was balanced on both sides of the ball, and it's a shame to see that team didn't get a chance to play for a national championship because they would have won. That team would have won. That team would have beat either Texas or USC in that national championship game. Mm-hmm. They would have won the game because it was Texas and USC in the national championship game in January of 2005. Auburn would have beat either one of them teams. And I say that I'm 90. You always give yourself a little percentage. I'm 99.3% sure Auburn would beat USC or Texas in that game. In either one of them, bro. Auburn was that good, bro. It is what it is, man. All right, man. We gave y'all our list. Hope y'all like it. I know a lot of people gonna be like 2022. I listen. Go watch it.
Drop y'all list, bro. Drop y'all list. You know,
you'll understand why I put 2022 at number 10 on the list. You understand why I put it there. Righteous, bro. Some albino rattlesnake boots will be flies and mug on this joint. Albino rattlesnake boots. Shout out to the legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Woods, bro.
Hey, that's only a thought that Huggy would think of right there. That's fine.
Hey, it is what it is. He said, I don't know if it's still the case, but Auburn Walmart basically it was, bro. You was bound to see anybody.
Yes.
I mean, you'll see you if you was in at the right time, you'll see Cam Newton walk through there in 2010. You 2009, 2010 season, 2011 season. You'll see Cam Newton walk through there. Crazy. KJ was one of my guys too, man. That's what's up, man. Gus ran the wheels off a few running backs. Yeah, he about to run the wheels off of Osman Kruma at Florida State too. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. The Sugar Bowl loss at OU and the Peach Bowl loss to UCF still hunt old Huggy's dreams, rightfully, bro. Ooh, who you telling? Especially the one at UCF because UCF won that and they went to Disney World and called themselves the national champions after winning that game. I never forget that.
Oh boy had the game in his life. What's Griffin boy with
Shamar Griffin?
Game in his life.
Yeah, he did, bro. Was 2006 the year Gus derailed the championship? Nah, I don't even think was Gus even there in 2006. Nah, Gus wasn't there in 2006. Gus didn't get there until 2008.
No, I think he was
he didn't get there until 2008. I was at the Florida game in 2006. Trey Blackman was knocking fire. Trey Blackman, bro. Trey Blackman is the greatest linebacker to ever come through Auburn that people don't know. Like,
yeah.
Like when you say Trey Blackman name, people
he don't get the love of the Tequila Spikes and the Carlos dance.
He wasn't there long enough. He left. He left school and went back home. He went back home, bro. He left. Yeah. Like if he would have stayed there if he would have stayed there 3 years, Trey Blackman would have been number one. He not even say number one overall, but he would have been a first round, second round type guy, bro. He that type of dude, bro. He that type of talent. Let's put it like that. Rightfully, bro. I'm always down with the nose, but AU gave them that. They did, bro. They did. They gave him that natty, bro. So I agree with Nick that Marshall pick hurt us in the BCS national championship. It did, bro. If you just kept running the ball because Auburn was running the ball effectively against Florida State in that game, bro. Just keep running the ball and keep chewing the clock up, and you got another national championship, bro. Shaking my head, man. He said I put the 2014 at number one because 2010 team you can't name as many players on that team. I agree with Nick on this one. I mean, yeah, man, that 2014 is the most balanced team in Auburn history, bro. Michael Dyer broke Bo Jackson's record in 2010. Yes, he did. He broke his freshman record in 2010. You know what? I was at that game. That was the game against Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. I was at that game. Yeah, dude. So funny story. The summer before that, I went and studied. I traveled and studied abroad in Australia, and one of the guys that I went to Australia with was an Auburn fan. Oddly enough, he ended up going to the University of Alabama as well. He hit me up when we got back. He was like, man, I got some tickets to this Georgia game. You want to go? I was like, yeah, man, let's make that happen, bro. Met him there, got tickets. We were sitting right behind Auburn's bench. And when that happened, they put him up on the screen. Because I remember Bo Jackson came up over there and lifted Michael Dyer's hand up on the thing. They put him on the screen. And they was like, he broke Bo Jackson's freshman rushing record. I was like, I was at that game when I saw that. I was like, man, that's crazy, bro. That was crazy. 2010, the only 2010, the only blew out South Carolina. All the other games were nailed by. Very true. And that blowout was in the SEC championship game. So it is what it is, man. This is a great show, guys. We appreciate you telling us that, man. Y'all make the show great. Great point. Shout out to DC with that, man. He said laugh out loud. Nick was 11 in 2004. Got me feeling like Unky. Yeah, man, I'm not that old. They tell me if I cut my beard off, I look like I'm still in high school. I may do that. I may do that again just so y'all can see that. Okay. Laugh out loud. Nick was 11. Oh, we already said that. Junior Rose Green. We had Brandon Jacobs as a backup on that team. It's crazy. I forgot all about Brandon Jacobs, bro. Brandon Jacobs was on that team. You had 3 running backs in that backfield that played in the NFL. Wow, bro. That's crazy, bro. He was Arkansas OC one of those years.
He was.
Oh, yeah. You talking about when he was at Arkansas? That's right.
But I don't think the red eyes. We lost to Arkansas, but we lost to Georgia, I think, that year too.
You talking about that 2006 season? Yes, those are 2 losses we had. It was Arkansas and Georgia.
I think Georgia was a late season loss that they kicked us out, if I remember that correctly.
Yep, I remember that. Yo, I'm back, baby. What up, Ant? What up, Ant? Where your brother at, Ant? Where your brother? What's up, Ant? Welcome back, Ant. Hope you're feeling all right, man. Hope everything's good with you, man. Travell said I was at the prayer at Jordan Hare. A white woman jumped in my arms. Another funny story. Here's another I was at that game too. Here's another funny story. I actually have video of me at that game, but I wasn't. Yes, I was. This is what happened. So,
that was the most friendliest night in Auburn history.
It was, bro. But this, I don't know if I should tell this.
I'm
gonna tell the story. That was 15 years ago. So what happened was I didn't have a ticket to the game. So I went, and if you go to Auburn, you get to watch the game in the arena, in the basketball arena at the time. So you watch it in the arena. So at halftime, I got up and just left because I was like, I'm gonna just get out here just in case something happens. You can kind of see it on the board. So I'm walking by the stadium, by the gate. What's the gate that's facing not Donahue. Not the gate where the statues are, but the other side, the other gate. So I'm walking by that gate. Dude hooked me up. I was like, bro, I just want to get in. Can I walk in? He was like, bro, just go ahead and walk in, bro. He let me walk into the game. I literally walked into the game, bro. I said, whoa, I'm in this thing. So I'm in there. I'm just sitting, when you walk in, you on the concourse part. You walk into the little concourse part and you get to walk around. So I'm just standing there just watching the game. I ain't got no seat. I'm just sitting there. I'm just blending in, just blending in. Ain't nobody watching me anyway because everybody watching the game. So end up happening, bro. Before that happened, I just end up making my way down the steps and I ended up somehow on the sideline. I don't know how this happened, bro. I ended up on the sideline, right by the game, right by the what's name. And when it happened, everybody just rushed the field. And when they rushed the field, bro, I was like, I got nervous because I was like, am I gonna get stampeded in this thing? So then I just climbed back up in the section. ESPN had a setup on one of the end zones there, and they were interviewing Gus Malzahn, and I was standing like literally right on top of them in the section. And I was just videoing while it was going on. And everybody, like the whole crowd was behind Gus Malzahn while ESPN was sitting up on the set. And I'll never forget that, bro. That was crazy, bro. That was crazy, bro. It was crazy. That was crazy. Dude, just like, you just walk in. I was like, all right, cool. Let me just walk in this thing, bro. I ain't say nothing. I stayed as low key as I possibly could, man. It is what it is. Brandon Jacobs was a beast. Yes, he was, bro. Shout out to Ant, man. Shout out to Ant back in this thing. Ant said, man, we've been working, my guy. That's what I'm talking about. What's going on, Ant, man? We appreciate you so much. What's up, Huggy? What's going on, man? He said it was a blowout up until the third quarter. Woo! Talking about the prayer Jordan. No, you talking about the prayer Jordan Hare. I meant to say the kick six. I meant that game was the kick six when that happened. That's what I'm saying.
The kick six was not in Auburn history. Everybody was let you in for free in the kick six.
Yeah, I meant to say the kick six. I'm talking about when I was at the kick six game. That was the Alabama game. Anything stuff like that. They got me working so hard at this underground mining. Man, be safe in them. Hey, bro, be safe in that mining thing, bro. Ain't no such thing as clean coal, but I mean, be safe up under there, bro. 3 for real, man. All right, man. Let's get up out of here, man. Before we get up out of here, man, make sure y'all go follow Bubba and the Old Man Auburn Sports Talk on these YouTube streets, man. Go follow Vandy Chris and the guys over at Go to Broom Podcast, man. Follow Sharpshooter Sports over in these YouTube streets as well, man. Follow Dustin over at the Up Tempo Podcast, man. DC Wolf over at Auburn Addicts TV. Oh, I got Tight Sports and Alabama Football Megacast over here on these YouTube streets. And of course, follow our guy Auburn Tez at its SEC season, man. Before we get out of here, follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk, on Twitter at CoolerSpot23, and of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and when we go live. Marcus, what you gotta say to people before we get up out of here, man?
Hey, man, I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all be safe until then. Have a great day.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a good one, man. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, back around the water cooler, man. And we'll be talking some more college football, SEC football, Auburn football, man. Oh, Huggy said, by the way, I'm probably going to go live Thursday around 6.
Work quick.
All right. Huggy saying he going live Thursday around 6. So they give me an hour before we go live here. And I'm about to find it. I'm about to figure it out. He said, do a 90s one. That would be great. The top 10 teams in the 90s. Woo, boy. Woo. I'm just saying, we got to figure that out. We got to see. He said, Nick, did you find my channel? No, I did not. And I'm about to look it up right now, Huggy, while I got you on here right now, because I'm about to search it right now before we get off. And I'm about to figure out the Huggy Beard. The Huggy. Hold up. Let me make sure I'm spelling it right. Yep. It didn't pop up. It ain't pop up, Huggy. I'm gonna try the Huggy Beard himself. Wait a minute. Hold up. I don't see you, Huggy. Huggy, what is the at? What is it? Is at what? Is it at the Huggy Beard himself or what? I don't see it. Let me try this. Hold on. Let me try this right here. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Nope. I got it. I just found it. It's at THAHUGGY. You should have just gotten a subscription from my personal page. And
mine too.
You should have just gotten a subscription from my personal page. And I'm gonna do it from this page as well too. When we get off. But I got it. I'm gonna put it up to the screen so people can see, because it's a little bit what's name. But here it is. That's it right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. The Huggy X Beard himself. I think you got to spell it exactly like that. That's exactly how you got to spell it.
He got blues and he got all the playlists posted. Yep. So that's how I found him.
So
he got all the 5 playlists posted. If you want your music, go holler at Huggy.
Yeah, man. Huggy, what up, Huggy? So yeah, Huggy, you said you going live around 6 tomorrow. I need you to remind us tomorrow, Huggy. Remind us tomorrow so I can pop on there before we go live over here. Said, love the show, my guy. Shout out to you, Ant, man. We appreciate you so much, man. Can't find Huggy on YouTube. Where my crown at? He still want to know where the crown at. Marcus is #1 fan. Still want to know where the crown at, bro. He said, I might be private right now. No, you know, I just found you. I got it. So I got it right there. I'm gonna subscribe to you from this channel as well too, from Water Cooler Talk as well too, man. So yep, that's what it is. Thursday, 6 p.m. Central. The Huggy Beard said he going live before Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. All right, then that's what's up, man. All right, man, let's get out of here, man. We don't overstay our welcome a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. Make sure y'all give the man upstairs above here, because he deserves all the praise and all the glory. And until then, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, back around the water cooler. Ladies and gentlemen, it is one love. And guess what? We out this mug.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Water Cooler Talks with your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode.